The shadows of the market square. In the great city Ageli of Delta State, Nigeria, where traders from distant lands gathered to sell gold, spices, and fine cloth, stood the legendary market square, a place of endless trade by day and whispered mysteries by night. No one dared to stay after sunset, for it was said that when the last trader departed, the market did not sleep. Instead, it awakened with spirits from forgotten times. Among the people of Ageli was Odafe, a clever but poor orphan boy who survived by running errands for traders. He had heard the stories of the shadows of the market square, spirits that walked the stalls at night, speaking in hushed tones, trading in things unseen by mortals. Many had warned him, no man enters the market after dusk and returns unchanged. But hunger is a cruel master, and one fateful evening, after failing to earn a single cowrie during the day, Odafe decided to stay behind. Hiding behind a merchant's abandoned store, he waited as the sky darkened, and the great city fell silent. Then, as the last torchlight flickered out, he saw them. Shadowy figures emerged from the mist, their faces hidden beneath dark veils. They moved between the empty stalls, exchanging strange items, bottles filled with swirling light, golden dust that floated in the air, and fabrics that shimmered like the night sky. Odafe's heart pounded. These were no ordinary merchants. They were spirits of forgotten traders, doomed to wander the market for eternity. Odafe's curiosity overcame his fear. He stepped forward, his voice steady despite his trembling hands. "What do you trade in the night?" A tall spirit with piercing white eyes turned to him. "We trade in things unseen, memories, secrets, and the fate of men." Odafe, desperate to escape his life of poverty, asked, "Can you trade me wealth?" The spirit chuckled, its laughter echoing like the rustling wind. "We can give you what you desire, but all trades come at a cost. Would you trade your past for riches?" Odafe hesitated. He had little to hold on to, no family, no home, but something deep inside him warned against it. Yet, the idea of a life without hunger or suffering was too tempting. "I accept," he said. The spirit raised a shimmering cloth, and in an instant, Odafe felt his mind go blank. His childhood, his struggles, his name, everything vanished. In their place, a heavy pouch of gold appeared in his hands. Odafe walked back into the city with newfound wealth, but as he tried to recall where he lived, a terrible realization struck him. He had forgotten his own life. He knew nothing of himself, not even his name. He wandered through the streets, trying to remember, but his past was now the property of the market spirits. The next day, when he tried to buy food, the merchants looked at him strangely. They saw his gold but did not recognize him. No one in the city did. It was as if he had never existed. Panic set in. He had wealth, but he was a stranger in his own home. Desperate to reclaim his past, Aremo returned to the market at dusk. The spirits were waiting. "I want my past back," he pleaded. The spirit merchant shook his head. "A trade once made cannot be undone. But there is one way you must retrieve something more valuable than what you lost." "What is that?" Odafe asked. "The memory of the first king, hidden in the depths of the forbidden chamber beneath the market." Determined, Odafe entered the underground chamber, a vast labyrinth of ancient relics, guarded by shadowy sentinels. He navigated through dark passageways, deciphering cryptic markings and avoiding deadly traps. At last, he found the memory of the first king, trapped inside a glowing orb. The moment he touched it, visions filled his mind of warriors, of conquests, of a king who had built Ageli with blood and wisdom. The knowledge was overwhelming, but he clutched the orb tightly and fled. Back in the market square, the spirits gathered. Odafe held out the orb. "I bring you the first king's memory. Now return what is mine." The spirits murmured among themselves before the leader stepped forward. "You have done what no mortal dared. Your past shall be returned, but remember, knowledge comes at a price." In a flash of blinding light, Odafe's memories surged back. But now, he carried something else, the burden of the first king's forgotten wisdom. He knew things no man should know, secrets of power, war, and destiny. From that night forward, Odafe was never the same. He rose to greatness, using his newfound wisdom to become a leader among his people. But at night, he often found himself drawn back to the market, where the whispers of the shadows still called his name. Some say he became the market's guardian, watching over those who might fall into the same temptation. Others believe he himself became one of the spirits, trading in secrets long after his mortal body had faded. But one thing was certain: the shadows of the market square never stopped their trade, and those who dared to bargain with them always paid a price. Written and created by CEO Media Generation Entertainment TV. Mr. Akinmosu Baconson Barbatuned. Thanks for watching.